Hi students, this is main lesson 5 ML5. In the last lesson we have seen two operations, union and intersection. And we have also studied the properties related to union. There are 5 properties, and properties related to intersection. They are also 5 in number. Then I have shown you how to represent A union B in Venn diagram, and same way you can also represent A intersection B like this. So this is, let us say, A, this is B. Then A intersection B, it is the common element which is there in A and B. So this region is called, represented by A intersection B. So this is the graphical representation or diagrammatical representation of given set. Now let us combine the operation union and intersection together. There are two properties. So let us take distribute. This property is called distributive property. So there are two properties actually. So the first one is A union, then B intersection C. This is one property. And second one is same thing, A intersection here, then B here union C. So this is, see, if you want to remember these two properties, you can remember the old property which you know already. See, A into B plus C. If you remember, in school level we have studied this one, distributive property, A into B. So this is A into B, then plus A into C. That is why we call this multiplication is distributed to B and C. Same way we can use the distributive property for union and intersection. So here what I have to do is A into B. So here it is A, I am sorry, A into B. Same way here, A union B. That is the first thing. Therefore you have to write A union B. Then see here plus whatever operation is here, that we are writing. So this is intersection. Therefore I have intersection. Same thing, A union C. So A union C. So whenever you have confusion, first you remember this, then you write this. So that is easy. Similarly here intersection, here union, same reason, A intersection B, here it is A intersection B, then union here, A intersection C. See, whenever we are learning a new rule, if corresponding similar rule is there in earlier cases, it is always better to relate them so that you need not memorize. So even in test and examination, suppose you have confusion, first you recollect, because this is already known and we are using it many times, therefore you know how to use it. So use this rule and then write. But once you repeatedly use this rule, so there will not be difficulty in writing. So these are the two rules. In fact, you can prove this one using the definition of union and definition of intersection, but those things are not there in the textbook. Therefore, let me skip the proof. But we can verify for a given set. So let us take example, verify this one, first rule, A union B intersection C equal to A union B, then intersection A union C, where A equal to some values, sets are given, say A equal to, let's say 1, 2, 3, then let us take B equal to 4, 5, 6, and C equal to 6, 7, 8. 3 sets, each containing some elements. Now we have to show that this equal to this. Therefore what we can do is, first you can take the left side. So let me take left side is A union, therefore A union, then B intersection C equal to, first you substitute what is A. So A is 1, 2, 3. Then put a bracket here, but before that union, then put a bracket, then we have to write B intersection C. B is 4, then 5, then 6, then intersection 6, 7, 8. So this is intersection. So now we have seen already how to find the intersection. Intersection means and. Whatever element is common that you have to do. So write 6 is the common element. Therefore I have to write 1, 2, 3. Then union. Here it is 6 common. So now union of these two sets. This also we have seen in the last class. This is 1, 2, 3 and 6. So let us call this as 1. Now same way you take the right hand side. So RHS is first one is A union B. Therefore I have to write. So A union B, then intersection A union C. A union C. So let us, as before, let us use the bracket here. So let me use square bracket. A union B will write. This is 1, 2, 3. Then union. Then second one is B. That is 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Close the bracket. Same thing. Here it is intersection. Exactly same way we have to write here. A union C. So it is 1, 2, 3. Then union. C is 6, 7, 8. So this is 6, 7, 8. So then close the bracket. Now simplify. This is union 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore I have to write 1, 2, 3. First set all the elements. Then I have to write 4, 5, 6. Then intersection. Same thing we have to do here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Now operation is intersection. I have to look for common elements. 1 is there. 1 is there. Therefore definitely I have to write 1. 2 is there. 2 is there. I have to write 2. Then 3 is here. 3 is here. I have to write 3. 4 is not here. So I have to leave. 5 is also not here. I have to leave. 6 is here. 6 is here. I have to write 6. And 7 and 8 they are not there. Now look here. This is 2. Now 1 left hand side is this one. 1, 2, 3, 6. Here also 1, 2, 3, 6. Therefore, of course, then you have to write the same thing. Therefore, you have to write A union B. You write here A union B. Then, of course, your bracket. Then intersection C equal to A union B. A union B. Then intersection A union C. So this is the proof. Now same way, using the same example only, we can prove this one. First what you have to take is take the left hand side, substitute the same thing, or if you are interested, instead of 1, 2, 3 etc., you take your own sets. Say for example you can take 1, 2 and here it is 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, anything. You will get the same answer. That is left hand side will be equal to right hand side. So this is the thing. This is called distributive property. Remember, for distributive property we need both operations, union as well as intersection. So this is property about union intersection. Now let us proceed. Today I would like to introduce one more operation, that is the set difference. So let us take today set difference, or you can write difference of sets. Difference of two sets. Of course, this is a little bit different from union and intersection, and you should be very careful. Here also, first let me give an example, then we shall see how we can do it. Let us take for example A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B equal to say 2, 4, 6, 8. So first element set also contains 4 or 5 elements, second contains 4 elements. Now A difference B, we call A difference B, or we can also read A minus B. It is not ordinary minus, but it is difference of two sets. So A minus B equal to, we have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then minus 2, 4, 6, 8. Now what you have to do is, if an element is here and here, those elements only you have to exclude. That means here you see 1 is there, 1 is not here. So no problem. First we check like this. 2 is here, 2 is here. Therefore what I have to do is round off these 2. So this I cannot write. Then 3, no problem. Then 4 is here, then 4 is here. This you have to round off. So what is remaining here, that you have to write 1, then 3, then 5. So the meaning is A difference B means set of all elements of A which are not in B. That means if it is there in B, that you have to subtract. That's why it is called A minus B, meaning elements of A which are in B, those things you have to eliminate. Now you may ask, sir, what about 6 and 8? Don't write minus 6, minus 8, etc. No, it is simply 6 and 8 as it is. We need not worry. Whatever element is here, that you have to subtract. Subtract means you have to leave it. So this is the thing. Say for example, I will give a few more examples. Say, let me take for example here 1, 2, 3, and here let me change the thing 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3 in the first and 4, 5, 6. What will happen? See, A difference B or A minus B, whatever way. So 1, then 2, then 3, minus 4, 5, 6. So 1 is here, but 1 is not here. Therefore, definitely I have to write 1. Then 2 is here, 2 is not here. Therefore, definitely I have to write 2. 3 is here, 3 is not there. Therefore, I have to write 3. Stop. So we are getting A only. Of course, regarding this property, let me tell you later. But we are getting 1, 2, 3 only. Why you are getting 1, 2, 3? That let us discuss later. But first you just be focused on how to perform the operation. That is sufficient. So this is it. Similarly, suppose you take 1, 2 here. Let me change it. Say, or even 3 also can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us say. So now, here 1, 2, 3, then minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is here, 1 is here. See, it is there. Therefore, I cannot take 1. So this is the first thing. 2 is here, 2 is here. Therefore, I cannot take 2 also. 3 here and 3 is in B also. I can't take 3 also. Over. So this is empty set. Normally what happens is, if A is a proper subset of B, then you get A minus B will be 0. That is, you have taken all the elements of it. So nothing is remaining. So it becomes empty set. So this is the thing. And whenever they are disjoint, you can see, you will get A only, because there is nothing to be removed. So there is the thing. So difference of two sets is a very simple concept. What you have to do is, you have to remove the elements which are in the second. Now the question may arise, suppose you have A equal to say 1, 2, 3, 4 and B equal to say 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I find B minus A? Yes. Whether it is A minus B or B minus A, rule is same. See here, I will not show it in detail. I will just directly write. B minus A means B, 3 is here, 3 is there. I cannot write. So I can see these two are there. 4 is here and 4 is here. I cannot write 4 also. What is remaining? So 5 and 6. So this is very simple. So difference. Now let us define it. That is our normal procedure. Once you understand the concept, we have to define. So definition is this. Definition. Let A and B, any two sets, then the difference of A and B taken in that order denoted by A difference B is set of all elements of A but not in B, or you can write which are not in B. See, important is taken in the same order means A minus B. That means A is first, B is second. Taken in the same order, you can also say B minus A. In that case, it is B minus. So that is, you can write A difference B equal to set of all x belonging to A, or you can write x such that x belongs to A, first condition, and x should not be in B. If it is found in B, you have to remove this. So this is the definition of difference of two sets. Same way, similarly, you can write B minus A is same thing, x such that x belongs to B because it is the first set, and x does not belong to B. So in the definition you need not write this one, this is for your reference. So similarly you can write this. So this is how we define difference of two sets. I don't think I have to give extra example because I already discussed. Now let me take Venn diagram. How to use Venn diagram or how to represent Venn diagram in A minus B. So there's a important thing. So let us take A. This is A. This is B. Now A minus B means what is the definition? All the elements of A I have to retain, but if the element is found here in B also, that I have to remove. That means this area, this is A difference B, this is A difference B, this one. Same way, same definition, this area, for example, this one, this is B difference A, this is A difference B, this is B difference A. Of course, this you know common, that is A intersection B. So this is actually A intersection B. This is the thing. So now we can list a few properties. Say some, this is not mentioned in the textbook, but you can list them, some important property. For example, one is A difference B, this will be pi when A is a proper subset of B. Let me give a very simple example. Let us take A equal to 1, 2 and B equal to say 1, 2, 3. Definitely A is the proper subset of B because both elements are in A. Now you take A difference B, it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 minus 1, 2, 3. See now 1 is here, 1 is here, I have to remove. 2 is here, 2 is here, I have to remove. Nothing is left. So whenever A is a proper subject of B, if you take A difference B, all the elements of A are taken, so A becomes, that set becomes empty. So this is one property. Similarly, second property, there are many interesting properties. A difference B will be A. Normally students get confused. There are two cases, but the most general case is when A intersection B is pi. That means A and B should not have the same element, same element. So intersection should be pi. And one more possibility is that if this is empty also correct. Sometimes students get confused because A minus 0 is A, therefore A minus. So that is not necessary. Here condition is B should not have common element with A. For example, I have already shown one such example. So that you can try yourself. That means take any two sets such that disjoint. And whenever A intersection B is disjoint, the pi, B minus A will be what? So that is also you can write. B minus A will be B. A minus B will be A. B minus A will be B. So this is another important result which you can remember. One more is this property we are going to use in the next section. Therefore, let me mention that here only. Let us take the diagram first. See, two sets A and B, and you know that this is A minus B, this set, and this is B minus A, and this is A intersection B. This is A intersection B. Now, very important result is, see, A minus B and this set, they are all disjoint, because whatever is here, it cannot be here. Whatever is here, it cannot be here. But now, if you take all of them together, in Venn diagram you have seen, it represents A union B. So, A union B means actually, I have shown you shading all these things, that is A union B. Take these two sets, this area, and this area, region also. So, not area actually, region. So, this is A difference B or A minus B union A intersection B, then union B intersection A. So, this is a very important result actually. This we take in some of the future proofs. So, we can remember these things. Let me just sum up what we have done now. The third operation, set difference, we have completed. The third operation, set difference, is completed. So the fourth one, the last one is remaining. Let me just introduce what is the concept. Complement of a set. Complement of a set. So this is the next property. For complement, you need the universal set. See, so far, for union, intersection and difference, we need not depend on universal set. What universal set is, we don't know. You take any two sets, we can perform three operations. But for complement of a set, U is a must. U is a must. Let me just give an idea. In the next class, that is ML6, let us discuss more about this complement. I am just introducing the concept. You take a set U, say for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let us say considerably a bigger set. Suppose A equal to say 2, 4, 6, 8. Then A complement means actually, there are two symbols. One is you can use dash, or you can also use C. C means complement. So this means actually whatever is there, I will write like this once again so that it is easy. 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then put complement equal to. The rule is you have to look at this universal set. Whatever element is present here, that you have to remove from this. So this is removed. Then this is removed. This is removed. So this is removed. What is remaining? 1, then 3, then 5, then 7. So it is 1, 3, 5, and 7. So this is the complement. Now there is a close connection between difference and complement. Therefore I introduced today only. Next class definitely we can define and we can see the property. Now can you write A complement in terms of set difference? Yes. See, A complement can also be written as U difference A. Because what is U difference A? Whatever element is in U, I have to take, but those elements should not be in A. Therefore, actually I should write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, difference or minus, then 2, then 4, then 6, then 8. Now look at the definition. So 2 is here, I have to remove. Then 3 is here, 4 is here, I have to remove. Then 6 is here, I have to remove. 8 is here, I have to remove. Therefore what remains is once again 1, then 3, then 5, then 7. You get the same thing. Therefore, you can remember A complement is also same as U minus A. So, this is an alternate definition for A complement. But remember this much at least. Whenever you want to define complement or you want to find complement, universal set is a must. So, this is a special operation. In the remaining 3 operations, we are not worried about the universal set. 2 sets are given, just we are finding A union B, A intersection B or A difference B. But here it is a must. So with this let me conclude today, because if I take a complement and then properties etc., it will be not good today, because too many concepts if we take in one session, that too with half an hour, that may not be good. So let me stop here. I hope you have understood whatever concept I have introduced today. So I hope you have already subscribed to my channel. If not, please subscribe. This is what every lesson I am requesting. The reason is this: once you subscribe, I will be putting all the lessons in playlist. So you can go to the playlist and you can see all the lessons in the order. Because here what is important is, it is not just watching a YouTube video. It is a lesson. Therefore, there must be continuity. Unless you follow first lesson, you cannot follow the second. Unless you follow second lesson, you cannot follow the third one. Therefore, sequence must be there. So please subscribe. So in the next lesson, main lesson 6, let us try to study the last one, that is complement. So let us see in the next lesson. Bye.